and gentlemen, it's right for me to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Depends on the time we see this video. Today, I need to share with you my thoughts about the crisis happening in Russia and Ukraine. This is a big agenda. It's a trend now. There are people and different commentators and different scholars who are trying to bring their analysis about this crisis. And before going far, let me declare the interest that I'm supporting Russia. And I have several reasons why I'm supporting Russia. The first thing, actually many people, many commentators said that Russia didn't colonize Africa. That is the truth. You like or not, but that's the truth. Now, let us go to the point of view. Let us go to the real agenda. There are two people who are big, the US and the Russia. None of us can deny that the superpowers in terms of military are Russian and the US. To say the US can interfere in Ukraine to fight against Russia, you need to think twice. You need to think twice. Why? It is not a piece of cake for the US to interfere to fight against the Russia. Let me remind you about one history. I know many people know this history, but unfortunately you don't know. But today, let me use this opportunity to give you a briefing, to give you a short history that can make you to know how powerful Russia it is, that will make the US to fear, to interfere in the battle in Ukraine. We need to go to look on the answers. All of us, we know that after the Second World War, the world enter into the tension, the Cold War tension, that make these two big countries to enter into the competition of manufacturing of weapons. This competition was called arms race. Let us go slowly. 1945, the US was the first country to bring the revolution in army technology. For them, they manufactured the nuclear bomb. All of us were said, nobody can deny that they were the first people to develop nuclear bombs. But after 4 years, that was not a threat, because if I'm not mistaken, 1949, the US responded. That's why we say arms race begin 1949, after the Russia to manufacture the nuclear bomb. They responded against the US. They didn't end there. In 1952, the US developed now the powerful weapon more than the hydrogen, more than the nuclear bomb. For them, they developed the hydrogen bomb. 1952. After 1 year, the Russia responded. Now, hydrogen bomb of the US was not a threat again to the Russia. We need to accept it. That's the history. In 1957, the Russia developed the ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile. The Russia was the first people to develop weapons that they can press a button in Russia without their soldier to go in the foreign country. When they press their button, the US will cry. or when they press the button, their enemy in any country, they will cry at the first. Now, it is right to say that the Russia are the father of ICBM in the world. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Okay, let us go slowly. In the year of 1960, if I'm not mistaken, is where this US respond against ICBM, but it took them many years. For them, they developed one weapon called ABM. It's called ABM, anti-ballistic missile. Uh, that was a response against the ICBM of the Russia. They didn't end there. We accept the United States are the first people to develop it's called MIRV, multiple independent reentry targetable vehicle. Yes, they develop a weapon that can carry many warheads, whether it's nuclear warheads or whether it's hydrogen warheads, but they were able to press a single button and attack separate targets. We accept, but that was not a threat to the Russians, because for them, those days now they were not called Russia, they were still USSR. For them, they developed a strength against the MIRV. Now, the list is too long, but still now when you are talking, the Russia have MiG-21. The MiG-21 disturbed the Israel, the Jews, not MiG-21 only. They have up to MiG-26. Huh? The US, the Russia now, they have Starter 6 oceanic multi-purpose systems. Okay, we are set. The US manufactured the cruise missile that can enter the Russia without the Russia radar to detect. But that is not a threat now, because the Russians also, those Starter 6, they can enter the US without a US radar to detect. Do you see how difficult it is for the US to say that now we are going to interfere Ukraine? Because to interfere Ukraine, that is a big mistake they will make, because they are going to face the Russia face to face now. Something the US could not do. We said before, and we are saying now, that the US can't interfere. But what the US see, what the US do, because the US are businessmen, they are using this war as an opportunity for them to sell their weapons, because they are big manufacturers of weapons. And what is the meaning of having weapons? Weapons is for fighting, and if people are fighting, it means that is a market for them. They sell. I'm telling you, like one javelin used like to hit this helicopter is like 400 million TZ. For them, what they made, if you hit and then you lose a target, is up on you. But for them, what they count is money. What they see, one day, even if like Ukraine will lose the war, it means the country, the Ukraine, will be sold to the US, because the Ukraine cannot pay the debt. It is impossible. Even if they lose, they lose. But for them, they could not try to enter the field. There is no way. There is no way. If somebody can raise an argument that I'm trying to deceive people, me, I want to ask one question. The US deceived Afghanistan. The US deceived Georgia. The same way they deceiving the same way they are deceiving whom? Ukraine. Why do they not enter into Georgia to save Georgia? Or why do they didn't enter into Afghanistan? Now they are also deceiving Taiwan, that if China enter and invade Taiwan, they will interfere militarily. Something that is not true. They can't risk. For them to enter into this war, whether in Taiwan they are saying, or to enter into Ukraine, it means they give a chance now for the new bloc of the kid to rise, that China will be the superpower. Friends of mine, the US are very wise. They cannot do this mistake. They can't, by all means and by all cost. But what they can do is to continue deceiving people, continue deceiving these countries, for them to fight in order the US to get the market for their weapons. Now, I'm going to rest my case, but what I'm telling you, within 10 years, the coming 10 years, that Europe will be poor more than Africa, because they accepted to be deceived by the US to destroy the economy. That is that is what's going to happen. They will be poor. Just keep in your mind this word I'm telling you. 10 years, the coming 10 years, the Europe will be poor even more than Africa. Thank you.